So, to essentially recap, and I gave you a very short summary, believe me, there's so much more finite details, and I'm sure there's lots of things I missed. And again, I welcome whoever to add to the craziness that is our local government and our municipality, unfortunately, as a whole. But here's the thing: part one, part two means absolutely nothing to you. You care absolutely about none of those things. You care not about any of the things going on here. You don't care about what's going on here. You could care less about essentially the intimidation, retaliation, anti Semitic words used by councilmen. You don't care about any of this, right? You don't care that council members have open violations on their homes for months now and aren't doing anything about it except expecting the building department to just make them go away eventually. Keep an eye on that. And these people vote, and you don't care. Again, let's just say you don't give a Jen. I don't give a crap. You don't care that another council member essentially doesn't have a final CO on his house since 2018, built a secondary structure with no zoning, no permits, nothing. Again, zero. Again, you're like, Jen, I don't care. Okay. You don't care that when other residents in the town you live, own a business, pay taxes in, speak up, and then, get forms of retaliation, intimidation, even in the sense of dollar signs, and you're like, I don't care. You pull the none of my business, I don't want to know, it's none of my business, I don't care. What you might start caring about is when it's going to cost you money. Taxes, property values are going to be an issue when no one wants to move to the town where the council members scream anti Semitic words at their neighbors. And then the reports of many neighbors moving out because of the violent words and actions taken upon them by just one council member, by the way. Maybe you'll care more that when essentially people aren't going to be buying homes, starting businesses, keeping their businesses in town, when these council members, along with certain official building department people, make it so impossible to build homes, renovate, rebuild, to anybody who's not on their, favorite list, which that list seems to be shrinking more and more as less and less people do seem to be supporting them. Again, retaliation when businesses start coming out and saying that the building department is calling other state offices on them with no valid reason whatsoever. So you care nothing about anything else. And you sit there and scream from your silent chair of your silent mouths, not saying a word about it's none of my business. It doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't want to get involved. I don't, I don't want to be bothered. When it starts costing you money, and it will, there's proof of that, it will. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, what's this? Remember, people have been trying to say this to you for some time now. So when it starts costing you all these times more, like a lot more, because this is when you said, I don't care, I don't want to get involved, it's none of my business. Or when you said, it's none of my business, I don't want to get involved, I don't care, let them handle it. Obviously, things aren't being handled, and these people themselves should be recusing themselves, and they are not. When a council member literally gets voted in November 7th and immediately starts building a secondary structure without doing any of the proper lines of zoning permits, because why? Does that person believe they're above everyone else? As soon as that person became a council member, all of a sudden, weird. Another coincidence, I guess. When we hear whatever malarkey, whatever other crazy, you know, I'm sure they're going to come up with, it's doctored, it's edited. The police don't know what they're talking about because, again, you can read the police report in my other videos. So does that mean that council members don't think the police that they were not doing a thorough and extensive and extremely great job at what they were doing by doing and filling out the reports? By the way, please Oprah request the many, over 20-ish reports. Again, all different people. We're not talking about one person saying one act of verbal threats or anything like that. Many people, many neighbors, many reports. But they're all liars. Are they? I don't know. So, you don't care, right? You don't care about this. So maybe in the end, you'll realize it's going to cost you. It's going to cost every homeowner, everyone that has rental properties, everyone that has a business. It is going to cost you. And it is coming. So, none of those other things matter. None of that unethical, conflicting, red flags, lies. By the way, let's make some things very clear. Again, I will absolutely put this in all of my factual findings. February 20th was the other town council meeting. The council members went on and on and on about not being on Facebook, not having Facebook. Not true. They all do. And not knowing about something specific, like a video I posted. This video here. They denied knowing anything about this video in the February 20th meeting. Oprah requested any correspondence between building officials, council members, and there's actual correspondence going back and forth. Remember, the meeting was February 20th. I have the correspondence dating back before February 14th. But in the February 20th video on the YouTube, again, I invite you to go look. They said in that meeting, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And again, is that what you want to hear your council members saying? They don't know what's going on? But yet my business was had another person made a Facebook page. It's called Week Mayor, and they actually commented on my business page, JR's Barbershop. I invite you to go look. I didn't take it down because we're in the works. We're looking to have that subpoenaed. Even if the people remove the Facebook page, we're still going to find them and who created it and link it all together because them actually writing on my business page is kind of a major no-no. But you have the freedom of speech. You can create a page. And it's funny too, people talk about people being anonymous or fake profiles. I can 100% guarantee you, I understand their reasoning. I have been attacked. I've had all levels of intimidation financially, my home, my children, my business, and even actually the livelihood of my common in-law partner, and his rights being taken away by the town, by council members, and by certain specific departments. So I'm very aware of why people stay anonymous or make a fake profile, because they're terrified, they're scared. They just attack me on every level that I'm beyond scared anymore. I'm more really just gonna push through all of it and make everything out in the open about everything they're doing. Or they can stop doing those things and do the right thing. Again, they've said this before. We're gonna do the right thing. We'll see. Let's see if they do.